You're listening to Puma Podcast.
Hi, I'm Franco Luna, Puma Podcast. You're listening to Teka News. In this episode,
we have confidential reports coming from the intelligence community indicating that certain privileges are being given to those who pay for them in the NBI detention center. And one of the privileges ho, no, na binibili po ay na nakakalabas-pasok po sa NBI detention center. However, these intelligence reports have to be validated and verified, as we cannot take them as Bible truth.
we walk you through a high-profile inmate's escapades outside of detention.
Yung iba po kasi nagdaan po kami sa ospital, nagpa-check-up po ako. Pangalawa po, Your Honor, dumaan po muna sa infant para sa puso ko po. Tapos,
Ano infant?
infant hospital po.
So may court order yon?
Wala po, Your
Wala
Honor.
rin, no. Pagkatapos ng infant, may pinuntahan ka pang iba.
Kumain po muna. Tapos
Sa-
balik na po sa
Okay.
NBI po.
You just heard NBI detainee Jad Dera answering questions from Senator Francis Tolentino. Dera is facing a case where he's accused of running the bilibid illegal drug trade with former Senator Laila De Lima. According to his legal counsel, he was recently acquitted of his other drug case with De Lima, as well as a prior murder case. In 2016, the Department of Justice claimed that Dera was De Lima's nephew, but both parties denied that relationship. Dera's camp later said he was actually a police asset against the drug trade in Bilibid. De Lima has also since claimed that Dera is a quote, total stranger to her. Now, Dera was caught in June 2023 outside of jail and on his way back to the NBI headquarters. He was found with cash and guns. Here's what NBI Director Medardo De Lemos had to say.
I think the amount recovered from Dera was 100,000 more or less. 10,000 from Randy Godoy and another 10 or 11,000 from another security officer.
Before the Senate Justice and Human Rights panel, Dera admitted to leaving his facility at least 4 times, 2 of which happened that month. Dera's first departure from detention was in January 2022 when he had a medical checkup and colonoscopy at the Manila Doctors Hospital. That was authorized by a court order from the month before, which he was able to present to the Senate panel. The order was an urgent motion for a medical examination. It's probably worth mentioning too that the Manila Doctors Hospital is walking distance from the NBI facility. The next time he slipped out, Dera said it was to get his heart checked at the Hospital of the Infant Jesus in Manila. But this time he didn't have a court approval. And the succeeding instances when he was able to leave detention are not health-related. And it's intriguing kung saang mga lugar siya nakarating. Nakaabot raw siya ng Makati, Cavite, Calatagan at Tagaytay.
Nang may tinransfer po sa Cavite, sumama po ako.
Anong sabihin sumama ka? Nakisabay ka, gano'n? Joyride.
Opo. Nung may tinransfer po na detainee po, sumama po ako.
Imagine, nakisabay siya sa ride for some fresh air and to satisfy his cravings?
Okay, kailan yung Kalatagan?
Hindi ko na po matandaan, Your Honor.
Yung pangatlo, kailan yon?
Yung Father's Day po. Yung pinakahuli po, ito na po yung sa Makati po.
Nag-restaurant kayo sa Tagaytay?
Sa Bulaluan po yun.
Oh,
CCTV footage gathered by senators showed Dera eating at a buffet with his girlfriend in Makati. But the kicker is that Jad Dera was with 5 NBI jail guards when he was nabbed. They were on board a marked NBI vehicle too. Security guards ba yan ng NBI or escorts ni Dera? There is obviously something wrong here. Here's NBI Director Medardo De Lemos again.
Sir, it was only after the arrest that this unauthorized bringing out the detainee came to the attention of the top management of the NBI. You would like to emphasize that there are only 2 instances where detainees are allowed under the practice and procedure of the NBI. It's only upon court order and secondly on emergency medical cases. And in these 2 instances, the incident transpired without the requisite court order and emergency medical justification.
What does his convoluted master plan look like that it can work 4 times? Well, bale, ganito.
Magsasabi po ako sa bisor, tapos ang bisor po magsasabi po sa hepe.
Sinong bisor?
Bisor Randy Godoy po.
Tapos,
Siya na po ang magsasabi po sa hepe po.
sinong hepe?
Si Chief Yudo po.
Then, pagkatapos,
Yun na po, sir. Magsasabihin po kung okay po o hindi po.
without any consideration, wala kang binibigay na pera,
Wala
wala
na.
kang binibigay na pabor, wala kang binibigay na material, basta yun lang. Pagpaalam ka, labas na lang.
Opo, wala po.
Think about how easy that sounds. Simpleng tawag lang, makakalabas na siya. Dera was referring to NBI Security Management System Chief Adrian Feudo. He was there to the hearing and he didn't deny those accusations.
Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Paano mo in-approve? Anong basis mo sa pag-approve?
Tinatanong ko po si Sir Randy Godoy kung ano ang dahilan. Ang dahilan lang naman talaga lagi sir pag lumalabas, magpapagamot.
Magpapagamot kasama ang girlfriend sa restaurant pala.
Nung una po sir, pinatingnan ko po siya sa medical doctor po namin. Mayroon pong referral ang doktor po namin sa kanya.
What particular? For what? Anong medical referral yon?
Hindi ko na po masyadong maintindihan, Your Honor, yung kung ano po yung papagamot niya. Basta ang tanda ko lang po doon, sir, basta nagpaalam na for medical reason, pinapayagan ko po, Your Honor.
We're pausing for a quick break. When we return, what are the bigger issues exposed by Dera's escapades?
Si Jad Dera ay lumabas sa detention center kasama ang mga NBI. They're not agents but they are security officers. 1 plantilla position and 5 that are job orders. Totoo ho na nahuli si Jad Dera nung pumasok siya ng mga 12 midnight last night. Nandun na po yung iba ho nating mga NBI agents at nahuli si Jad Dera na nakasakay sa NBI van.
That's Justice spokesperson Miko Clavano at a press briefing after Jad Dera was caught. It all paints a picture of power and influence in the hands of one inmate.
I just want to emphasize na itong pangyayari na ito has revealed to us that there is this connivance between certain people in detention and those in the NBI that allow for them to temporarily go out of the detention center and come back in. So this would not have happened if there was no connivance.
Consider too that there are thousands of detainees and prisoners all over the country who can't leave their facilities even if they have compelling reasons, like for medical checkups, procedures, and deaths of family members. Now, if you remember Dera saying he only left 4 times, the actual count by the end of the hearing was 6. Dera's 6 trips outside prison aren't the only problem here. It's also the fact that other NBI security officers also leave with him just so he can slip out and go on a date. At the hearing, Dera maintained that he did not bribe the NBI escorts who went with him during these trips, but he admitted that he did pay for the dinner of his companions. So in case you're wondering, where did his money come from?
Dala ko po yung pinagbentahan po ng tindahan sa loob po ng kulungan. Meron pong tindahan po doon, sir.
Ikaw may-ari?
Para po sa lahat po sa amin dahil wala pong rasyon.
Gaano kalaki yung tindahan na yun?
Marami pong laman po, sir. May mga soft drinks
Talaga,
po, ice cream.
Talaga, you wield considerable amount of power inside the NBI detention facility. Hawak mong negosyo doon sa loob.
Wala po kaming rasyon, sir.
Listen to Randy Godoy, one of the immediate security officers in charge of Dera. He was among the officers caught with him.
Kasi, Your Honor, nung sinabihan na samahan ako, sabi nga niya, may si Mr. Dera na nararamdaman. Sumama naman ako. Wala na akong ibang tanong.
Sa hospital dapat. Pumunta ba kayo sa hospital?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Oh, hindi naman pala eh. Saan kayo pumunta?
Makati po, Your Honor.
What particular place in Makati?
Hindi ko po alam ang address po niya, Your Honor.
Matagal ka sa trabaho mo, hindi ka nagwa-wonder? Ano ito? Hindi mo ito hospital pinupuntahan namin. Hindi ka nagtatanong?
Hindi na po ako nagtanong, Your Honor.
So meaning, you're under the dictates of your detainee.
The guards who were there with Dera testified that they were just following orders from Godoy. Here's Pepe Piedad Jr., one of those guards being questioned by Senator Tolentino.
Ang sabi po, basta may lakad po kami. Basta yun lang po yung pagkakanta.
Sino may sabi sa'yo noon?
Bisor po namin.
Sino yon?
Sir Randy po.
Anong oras yon?
Hindi ko na po matandaan, Your Honor. Basta umalis po kami ron mga past 8 po ng gabi.
Bumalik kayo?
Past 12 na rin po ng madaling araw na
So,
po.
4 na oras.
Apo.
Nag-inuman pa ba sa restaurant? Nag-inuman?
Hindi po, kumain lang po.
Kain lang.
There are glaring systemic issues here too. Sabi ni NBI Security Management System Chief Adrian Feudo, walang paper trail ng requests ni Dera. Kasi tawag lang, solve na. So kahit gate pass, wala. Many questions remain about the extent of this treatment for high-profile inmates, and there are conflicting stories about who gave Dera permission to leave the detention facility. The Justice Department says a full investigation of other inmates who also might be buying privileges while in detention is underway. Here's Justice Secretary Boying Remulla with the final word.
We will check on this. We will investigate also within the DOJ all the officials of the NBI who may be liable for this kind of behavior. We will not spare anybody. I can tell you that. Wala kaming ritong sasantuhin kung sino ang dapat panagot, pananagutin namin.
And that was today's episode of Teka Teka News. Again, I'm Franco Luna. This episode was edited by Pidoy Blanco. Our executive producer is Jill Daniel Caro, and our senior news editor is Veronica Uy. If you're watching this on YouTube and you appreciated this episode, please do take the time to like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for listening.